Yeah. So
Facts.
Hairline all out.
I don't want to.
So Hairline trudging along this fucking billion-hour long episode. Hopefully the fans enjoy it. Now, going into this event, Hairline, how did you feel? I was very like just sour and bitter on AEW. The event delivered. It was actually pretty good overall.
Oh God,
I put up a poll on our YouTube at Pro Wrestle Clips, and I was like, yeah,
I saw
which card was better, Payback or All Out?
causing a mutiny.
Which card was better, Payback or All Out? And then people were fucking getting mad or whatever. I don't know. People are like, stop the tribalism.
Union
I'm
tribalism.
just asking who thought what was better. They were both outstanding cards for what we thought they were going to be going into them, in my opinion. But either way, they're in Chicago. I don't know how many fans were there. The building looked pretty full for AEW, but they were all just packed on the one side. So I don't know, but shout it out. It looked like a lively Chicago crowd. There's people doing utter. I told Hairline I'm gonna unplug from fucking X and all that shit, and I've been way less active on it because I just can't. There's people just doing crazy, weird mental gymnastics. Like there's fan videos literally of people yelling at Tony Khan, "You're a puss! Hey, shut up, pussy!" while he's giving his fucking speech. And people are doing mental gymnastics like, man, they popped for the Young Bucks and shit. It's like, I don't know, man. I think fans are entirely. And then I don't know. Kenny was taking
Gone.
shots on being the elite. He was like chugging a Pepsi and being like, "Oh, what's in this lighter fluid?" Whatever. People don't hate Kenny because it seems like in all this he's been the good guy. He's been like not
What a
involved in even the
child.
Bucks' nonsense. But if he's taking shots and being the elite, don't do that, Kenny. You're gonna make people turn on you too. And don't do this I don't give a fuck stuff because like you have to care about the general audience. You have to care about that if you're trying to be a business. But as we know, this is just drop a Billy. This is Ninjas in Paris. Tony Khan's Ninjas in Paris moment is fucking him dropping a Billy on a wrestling promotion. But anyways, guys, Excalibur's on commentary. I wrote he's just trash. Just have Kevin, Kelly, and Nigel. We don't need
Oh,
Excalibur. 0 hour starts.
dude,
They quickly explain this over budget charity battle royal. Another battle royal in this company. I wrote complete and utter trash. Winner gets 50K for a charity, which is a good move, but it's just last minute booking, which whatever, but good for the boys taking TK's money. I wrote Dalton Castle is $1 million. He gets an entrance. Hangman's in the Jobber pre-show battle royal. One of the biggest flops in wrestling history is Hangman. One of the lowest rated and most lackluster AEW world title reigns. Could have got huge money and did whatever he wanted in NXT. Now he's like a lower mid carder. And the 10 Garcia spot is fucking cringe. Both of you guys are cringe. And I hope WWE sues them for doing the 10 thing. That was my thoughts. What are your notes?
I started with who the fuck is RJ City
He's
that was
awesome.
hanging out with
He's great.
Renee Moxley. Good.
Yeah, RJ's
Yeah,
great.
okay, explain. Oh yeah, he's great, but who is he?
I don't. He was a wrestler. He was. I think he was in NXT for like a sniff, and but he was also like an actor. He's not like an actor who used wrestling though, kind of shit. He was like a wrestler who also loved to act. Like he's just a guy who does multiple shits. And then I can't remember what went down, but pretty much he's really well known, bro. He was in Championship Wrestling Florida, Hollywood or whatever with LA Knight when the
Oh
NWA
yeah.
was doing shit. Yeah, he wrestled David Arquette's big like return match to wrestling and shit.
All right, now into the battle royal itself. Tony Nese is extremely sports entertainment, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, me too. He's great. He's
More
great.
Tony Nese.
Yeah.
The Pentagon.
No, he's buried on
Or
Ring. You don't get more Tony Nese. You get him buried in Ring of Honor with fucking Mark fucking Jobber goofball guy.
who's the Lucha? Pentagano? Pentagio?
Which one was
Who's
it
the
again?
Lucha guy?
Which guy was it again? Which
The,
one? Commander?
the guy that had a spot with the appreciator. So like there was this spot where this luchador like was all like surrounded by the Jericho appreciators. He was just all like, "Oh, I'm gonna do what I can," and then they each just watched him like try to do like a spot on him, and it was just like it totally took me out of it.
Yeah, I
It's
probably
like
went
you guys
into
in
the
a
piss,
fight.
bro. It was just garbage to me. So much of this was like when Garcia started wiggling his dink and stuff. I was all right. I'm looking at my phone.
Yeah, I almost turned it off after that, man. And then we got to the fucking the 10 versus the fucking dancing spot or whatever,
Yeah,
and
the
that's where
dink
I
winkle.
skipped
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you okay? Good.
Yeah,
Because
that
I
did
was
it for
like,
me.
I checked out there.
That
I
did it.
do you know who even won? I forget. I think it was a Hangman. Yeah, Hangman won and got the 50K.
Yeah, man.
So
Shout out to
it's
Enemy.
what kind of flop is Hangman? This is what he'd rather do than be in WrestleManias right now. Fucking nuts. Willow and Sheeta and Blue versus Martinez, Diamante, and Athena was up next. I wrote Billy Starks is with Athena for some reason. I haven't been watching Ring of Honor. I wrote, but Athena's super over. Everyone's going, oh, she's doing great work with Billy Starks and Ring of Honor. I haven't seen it. I don't know. I shouldn't have fallen off. But yeah, shout out Athena. She's one of these girls where you do anything with her, whether it was in WWE, NXT, any of that shit, and she figures out how to get over. She can be sports entertainment, and she can just be like, I'm just a brawler who's gonna beat the fuck out of you. You know, she can do everything. So I don't know. She just figures out how to get over. Like Tony Khan has beef with her. I don't get it. Like push her. Anyways, I write Diamante and Martinez come out. They look so good together. I wrote, but this match, they're just botching moves. And I wrote, it was dumb to job Diamante and them for the Mark Hometown pop for fucking Sky Blue when Diamante and Mercedes are, I don't know, they're just real chicks. They're believable and they fucking look good together. And you figure they're like a real team. Like it just a few weeks ago, the new team of Diamante and Mercedes, but then they lose to a thrown together team. So I have no idea. Hairline, your thoughts.
So once I saw Ember Moon coming out, I wrote "fuck no, 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 no," and the last no had four O's, and then I skipped it.
So up next, Jarrett Lethal and Satnam Singh come out. And was this on the pre-show or the pay-per-view? I think this is the end of the pre-show.
Yeah, this is still 0 hour, dog.
Why
I thought
why the
0 hour
fuck
happened
why
at
the
9
fuck
a.m.
though would this be on the pre-show when you have Dennis Rodman in a segment and you're promoting it? Why would you just not, oh, it'll be great. Maybe they'll last minute buy the pay per view or put it on the pay per view and then run highlights of him from your television show last week. And then maybe people will want to buy the pay per view and be like, Rodman's here tonight. What's he going to do? I don't, no, we need more time for wrestling. We need lots of more time for the wrestling.
No, no, I don't tell you how to
No,
podcast. Don't
there
tell
needs
me
to
how
be
to run a
seven
show.
more false finishes tonight. I need to fit in seven more
7.
false finishes throughout the
7
night.
more.
They have to be placed throughout the night. Warner demands and Belzer demands 18 minimum false finishes. Jesus. So anyways, so Jarrett Lethal and Satnam come out. All right. It's like it's basketball. They're doing like a starting five thing. I go, they take on the Acclaimed with Rodman. I go, they bring Aubrey Edwards out, which is so cool. I wrote, they're all good workers, but what the fuck is this? They had Rodman hits the guitar spot and lose the crowd. After the crowd erupts from the Rodman guitar shot, they all hit their finish here. Acclaim, the elbow drop, the cum face or whatever their moves are called. And then they all hit. I'm like, why not just pin them after the guitar? You have the crowd, then you lose them. And I just wrote, I'm starting to not care about the Acclaimed when they do shit like this. You have fucking Satnam Singh and Rodman. He hits Satnam Singh with a guitar. That's a moment. They're two basketball players. Whatever. It'll go viral on India, pardon me, whatever. I don't know. They just always do this in every match in AEW. They have the crowd right there. They have them. And then they just lose them. They just do four more moves just cause. Just like, oh, let me get my shit in, bro. And I don't know. They're just making me like, if you're gonna do
Yep.
this, I just don't care about the Acclaim now. You know, this is great that they're on. You could
Whoa.
have made a pay-per-view moment with the Acclaimed and Rodman, and you do it on the pre-show, and people aren't even in the building. It's just nuts. So, your thoughts? Sorry.
So fucking some bars here. I liked the bar about fucking how Jarrett's wife was in the fucking into the worm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That popped me. And then he also popped me with the Kim Jong Un bar or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
How he was all like Rodman's down with Kim Jong Un.
Yeah.
And then he popped me really hard with the fucking these are the new oddities. I really do wish ICP was here because at least I'd be fucking entertained. Jesus.
Yeah. I think I brought up Kurgan
Yes.
earlier in the show too, so it's crazy he dropped an oddities bar.
Yeah, isn't that weird, bro?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they listen to the pod.
Oh yeah, shout out Tony Khan. Listen, confirmed.
Yeah, it's not even out yet. He's listening to the Zoom meetings. Oh.
I'm on the Discord. I got the live feed.
Yeah. Who do you think's really ashy? It's me. It's me, Tommy.
Well,
Yeah, do you think the
I saw
A?
your poll. I thought it was great. It was really great, but I because Ring of Honor,
He's a
Death Before
tribalism
Dishonor,
guy.
All In, and All Out are the 3 greatest pay-per-views of all time. It'll be great. Shit.
Yeah, Tony, we're talking about the pay-per-views from this weekend, though. Yeah, but I would just really like to say how that I'm really looking forward to the dream. I dreamed
We
to
sold
Japan.
300,000
I was in a
pay-per-views.
hotel room. I'm often in a hotel room. It's just a Tony. Okay, I'm sorry, bro. So they called Aubrey down, and I absolutely just fucking. I was all like, I just like I wanted something to enjoy on 0 hour.
Yeah.
Like I don't like being this fucking negative.
Me
Fucking,
neither,
like,
dude. Me
like,
neither.
but like I was all like, well, at least I got the acclaim, and nothing can fuck this up.
And Jeff
Wrong.
Jarrett and shit, right? It's like this will be decent. Rodman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happens? They call Aubrey down, and she's immediately in the way. She rings the bell, and the tag teams charge each other. And she almost gets ran over, and it's just all like, dude, you can't make this shit up, man.
No. So yeah, go ahead.
My bad. Excalibur goes, I bet the Worm's been invited to several scissor parties, and then honestly, bro, so like I forgot Jay Lethal was a part of the fucking faction, bro. So like okay, when I wake up in the morning, I do the doom scroll. You know what I'm saying? And I'm scrolling fucking Instagram, and I see Jay Lethal as Macho Man at some cosplay event, and he's cosplaying with those other 2 famous Macho Mans. And I was like, oh shit! I was like, I wonder what happened to Jay Lethal. He was really good. And then I saw Jay Lethal in the faction, and I was like, fuck! I was like, he's in that faction
dude.
with Jared.
I know, and
I literally forgot, bro.
Yeah, dude. And his whole thing is like he's so good, and Tony Khan's like, oh, we're not TNA. We're not TNA. I don't think it's like TNA. But then it's like you make a faction of TNA guys and then relegate them into doing goofy shit all the time. And it's like you don't get how that's TNA. You don't get how that's what TNA would do by pushing fucking Garcia, letting him do dink wiggles. The problem is that Lethal goes everywhere and he's never used as like a high caliber, like a mid card. Like if he went to WWE, he could like reign with the United States title and put on crazy good matches with guys and stuff. And no companies really got behind him like that, fucking other than Ring of Honor, but it's not a major platform. AEW is a major platform. That's how we see Jay Lethal presented. Oh no, I don't know. He should be having bangers with like Adam Page and Mox, and it's just crazy how they fumble so many of these guys. Like you just, we'll stick you with Jeff Jarrett and fucking Sanjay Dutt and Team TNA, and we'll bring Karen Jarrett in. It'll be awesome.
We're going to bring Karen Jarrett in.
Anyways, up next,
go
ahead.
Angle.
Kurt Angle. So up next we have MJF and Adam Cole. They take on Dark Order.
We're on to All Out. I think we're done with the fucking kickoff.
Yeah, so now this is the official pay-per-view. And John Silver, man, he got some fucking he I don't know, he tweeted some goofy cringe shit out. He was like, oh, like someone criticized AEW. They're like, man, like I can't afford to pay $50 2 weeks in a row for a pay-per-view. And then John Silver's like, oh, well, you should just get more money then. And it's like type shit like on Twitter. It's like, dude, that's so gross. You guys are such elitist, weird. Like you don't understand that $50 for some people's like getting food for the week. Like you don't fucking, or a few days. It's just like, dude, you get, because you guys are getting paid these contracts that don't exist anywhere else for like what you've accomplished or where you're at in this fucking business as far as like mainstream or whatever, right? So it's crazy to say that to a fan who's like, I want to buy 2 pay-per-views in a row, but I can't. And then you just say some shit. It's like this, you guys are just driving people off. You're so defensive and weird. And it made me not like John Silver. People are like, he's working. The AEW drones, they always have an excuse. He's working. It's like, I don't know, man. It seems like there's just
they do.
It just seems like there's a lot of people who are friends and they all have this elitist mentality, dude. I'm so sorry, but it feels that way. There's a lot of people who think like their shit don't stink, or they just don't get like, yeah, not everyone has billionaire friends, and are paid fucking hundreds of thousands to be jobbers on Ring of Honor. Like not everyone gets that privilege in life, dude. Like you're
Yeah,
fucking
for real. Yeah, not everyone has Tony Khan as a boss.
yeah, and like, oh, is he shooting or he's just playing his character? Well, that doesn't seem very character like for Johnny Hungy. Do you know what I'm saying? When has he ever joked about money to people?
Jesus.
That's something MJF would do. Anyways, so I just wrote awesome match. I wrote this was like a good match. Everyone's a solid worker, I wrote, but like this is the world champion of your company. Look at Rollins.
Yeah,
Look at
I
fucking
wrote that
Roman.
shit.
This is the world champion of your company doing this shit. All my notes were just LMAO, like, come on. And then I wrote MJF works an injury. Joe comes out after the match for his match and punks out MJF, pushes him. I wrote, yes, give me Joe as world champion. I wrote Joe and MJF brawl. This is dumb because MJF's character wouldn't do that when he's hurt. He would, even if he's the good guy, he's our scumbag. Okay, he'd sneak off and he'd get Joe another time. He wouldn't
Dude,
go while he's injured,
dude,
neck injury. I'm gonna run at
yo,
Joe. MJF would never do that. That's just not good character work right there. So yeah, but
dude,
I want Joe as world champ, and that would be way better than whatever MJF. Let him do his thing. It'll Tony Khan on someone like Joe and raise your TV ratings. Get people. Jay White is right there or something. Kenny's right there. Do something to get people invested. And I don't care about his world title reign. This was not what I expected from MJF's title reign. And yeah, call me a fucking mark. I don't care. Go ahead, Hairline.
you're Mark.
Yeah.
Did you not get it? Like fucking, it was so. Yeah. This was a callback to the time that MJF was the security guard on NXT, even though WWE's the enemy.
Yes. Well, I knew. Yes. And the thing
Okay, yeah.
is they keep. Why do they have to bring? They just are obsessed with WWE. They
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
help
Tony's a
but
Mark.
yeah, they just try to, and I do appreciate that about AEW. Like, oh, we're blending all the universes and stuff. And I'm not saying like pretend this didn't happen, but it was a callback to NXT. Well, I'm glad he's such an
Yeah, so you get it.
NXT 2016 mark like I was. That's what Tony Khan is. No,
All
you
right,
go.
so the match itself, though. So our champion is opening the show in a tag match.
Mm.
And most of all, hey,
Again.
did you notice that the crowd was indeed chanting "Kangaroo Kick"? Kind
Yeah.
of sounds like to me that "Kangaroo Kick" got over, bro.
Yeah. No, I was wrong,
I'm
dude.
just saying.
Yeah. But it's just
Um,
it's just like who or what is the audience they're attracting?
Excalibur knows absolutely nothing about basketball, but knows every goddamn thing about Joshi ref. The chair shot to the back of MJF's neck fucking actually made me drop my job.
Yeah.
This was sports entertainment, man. It was crazy to me. Like, I'm not, like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, fucking, that Silver guy is pretty fucking cringe in hearing what you just told me you said on Twitter. And these guys aren't exactly what I would say is credible opponents. You know what I'm saying? But this
The
match and just the storytelling and all that
right.
had me super fucking invested, bro.
Yeah, they're great. They're great.
And then when MJF was laying there on the ground, he was just like, "Where's Adam? Where's Adam?" It's just like fucking
It's just
popping me, man.
it's just like this angle though, like how do you so do they just circumvent and feud Dark Order? Like how I don't know. My whole thing is like you got to put heat on Kingdom, right?
Yeah, I get that's not a thing anymore, I guess.
Yeah, sorry. I don't mean this. You go ahead, buddy. It's just the logic. I'm always trying to be logical.
No, yeah,
No,
no, yeah.
Marks, what are you
Fucking no,
doing?
no, you're right though. We did spend the past couple weeks watching Adam, Adam, just a fucking guess what, guys, Dark Order. So I'm not gonna say this right. The Insarari Stunner
Don't,
in
shut the fuck up. How about that? Shut the fuck up.
Insay Aria Stunner, Insania Stunner into a backbreaker.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Fucking MJF came back, huge pop. Very fucking Terry Funk of him. And can you imagine that, dude? Fucking MJF, he got a hot tag, bro. The crowd reacted to a fucking hot tag. And that's like one of two hot tags I've seen a fucking crowd react to in AEW. And then I got a good one. Here's my new one for you, bro. It's all about the woo. Get used to it.
All right.
Um,
The schmoz after Joe and all that. Your thoughts?
you didn't like that one?
No,
It's all about the Roo shirts.
I
It's all
really.
about the Roo shirts.
Did you invent that or did they invent that?
Yeah, look, I wrote it down. I,
I hope I know MJF does listen. That is confirmed, but don't
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
please
Well, too
MJF
late.
don't do that.
Well, yeah, well, Tony Khan's in our Discord, so it doesn't really
Right.
matter. No, man, I fucking kind of what I said there though, where I started this. Yeah, so in the NXT, Joe got shoved, or Joe shoved MJF actually, but MJF never worked for that. I created MJF and Neville. I don't know, man. I'm geeked for this, bro, because obviously Joe's gonna take the belt off him, right?
He has to
And
because
like
it's so
Joe's,
convoluted. You have Dark Order crippling him. You have the Kingdom and Roddy cutting promos on him, and then you have Joe shoving him and then him attacking Joe. Okay, so are we gonna
it
spread
was
him
lit,
thin
bro.
here? Like fuck, man. What is he gonna be in 4 angles every fucking show? You got to just focus MJF on like one thing, get the belt off him, let Joe reign with other people. And they're
Ah,
they're they're teasing MJF's fucking neck. Okay, let Joe hit a muscle buster on him, put MJF on the shelf for a bit, give him time to film whatever movie I'm sure he's got lined up or whatever. Anywho, and
yeah,
speaking of which, shout out fucking heels, heels on Crave in Canada, Stars in America, Stephen Amell show. He's boy. People are going, oh, WWE will never hire Punk. Well, guess what, man? Stephen Amell is boys with Cody Rhodes, and he's boys with Punk. Punk, AJ Lee's on that show. Jordan Grace was on the last episode. Nick Aldis is in the show. Who else? Damian Sandow. Yeah, man. So you guys want to see Punk wrestle? You watch fucking Heels. Brilliant fucking show. Brilliant season 2. Episode 6 just came out. You guys go and watch that fucking show.
are they paying you? Are
They
they paying
fucking
for that
better be,
plug?
dog. I love that show, man. I
All
fucking
right, well,
shout out Stephen Amell.
guys,
Uh
it's confirmed. Heels are listening to the show.
Yeah, right. So speaking of Joe, though, Shane Taylor now just comes out. So he waited for all that bullshit to transpire. Then he just comes out and they have a big Hoss match. It was a good match, man. Yeah, Shane Taylor, he's no slouch for sure. And he used to be in a faction, I think, with like Keith Lee and all this shit back in then. I have no idea. But Samoa Joe choked him out, and it was a fucking good match, man. Joe's awesome. He's like easily top 2-3 wrestlers for me, like just personally, you know?
Yeah, so I know like the past fucking couple pods have been going whoo whoo for this Shane Taylor guy, but as soon as I saw him come out, I was like, oh okay, I know this guy because I did watch Ring of Honor during the COVID era and all that. So as soon as I heard that entrance music, it jogged my memory back, and it was like, oh okay, I have seen this guy work. Now this match itself though, the first 20 minutes of this pay per view have actually been awesome, man. And I
Uh-huh.
really just like going off the card. I thought it was gonna be a fucking shit show.
Yeah, exactly.
But so this was Godzilla versus King Kong. Is basically what she was. And then I wanted to ask you, fucking, he tapes his wrist and has like an MMA mark. Explain to me the
Oh
advantage of
God, that's
taping
nothing.
your
Yeah, that
wrist.
was the one thing that pissed me off. I was like, stop.
Oh
I think
shit!
I tweeted it out and I didn't write it in my notes. That's why I didn't write it down. But I was like, stop doing this. Oh, he actually tapes the wrist because the strike is man, shut the fuck up, dude.
Okay, it's
Like
kayfabe.
it's just oh, the martial arts strike or whatever. Just shut the fuck up. Like, no, you tape your goddamn wrists. Yes, in boxing and shit, in every combat sport, more or less, so you don't break your hands, you don't break your knuckles, you know what I mean, you don't break your wrist, etc. Yeah, but it's just no one in wrestling, or like either people wear tape or they don't in wrestling. You don't got to explain that. I don't know. They Excalibur explains the wrong mark shit that marks on Reddit, fucking people who still believe Steven Seagal and shit like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like in reality, it's that has nothing to do with anything. So yeah, when he said that, I was like, I almost threw up, dude. Excalibur is the worst. I'm done pretending. He's just awful. Sorry, go ahead.
Excalibur is not the worst. The worst is that mark on fucking Collision. Anyways, man. Yeah, man. Joe tapped him. I don't want to say I thought Joe was gonna lose, but like there was that slight like in my mind. I was like, oh shit, Joe's gonna drop the belt to this guy and then go after MJF. But it was all like, oh, MJF's wrapped up in these 80 other storylines.
Yeah. And they won't do that because Joe, like that Twisted Metal show is all like everyone loves it and fucking he's in that Henry Cavill shit, I think. And he's about to break the record for like longest TV title reign or whatever. Like he has one of the longest in history. He's like a month away or something. So Tony, you know he's a mark. He's gonna Luchasaurus versus Darby Allin. I wrote this is an okay match. I wrote Darby's obviously a star. Lucha's just been wrestling way better. And I just wrote, but I just wrote at the end, why did Lucha have to hit 3 tombstones or whatever? That's super dumb. I wrote Sean Spears and a bunch of random wrestlers come out to save Darby after the beatdown and nobody gave a shit. This was a low light of the night for me personally, even though I love Darby. Your thoughts?
So again, King biased here skipped over the fact that the greatest wrestling commentator of all time made his way down to the ring.
Right.
So JR graced us with his presence.
Yeah. Thank God.
So like right up, so like they started their schmoz outside, and Darby like went to go whip himself at Luchasaurus, and he just like grabbed him and stopped him because he's because he's fucking Darby's 10 pounds, Luchasaurus isn't. So he just grabbed him and whipped him at the fucking barricade, man. And it's just like it's good to see someone like checking this guy and not letting him do all this stupid little flippy shit, So shout out to Luchasaurus, and it's confirmed that Christian listens to the pod. So
shout out Christian.
Man, dude. Oh, you know what was cringe though with this match? When Luchasaurus goes to lay the steel fucking steps on the back of Darby, and he just lays it down so fucking slow on Darby.
It was cheesy.
I don't shit. Yeah, shit like that just takes me out of it, man. Fucking. And it's like, dude, Luchasaurus has been doing so good, so it's just like, god damn it, fucking 10 steps back. So Darby is in an extreme amount of pain from doing pointless, stupid shit. It happens. And that just any pointless shit, stupid, pointless coffin drops, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, yep. So like Darby's selling this big back fucking angle from this fucking angle with Swerve, and where Swerve's nowhere to be seen. All that's done and over with it.
It's just so fucking dumb.
Yeah, and so I did like fucking Darby fucking as far as like big man, little man shit. He went to go pin Luchasaurus, and Luchasaurus kind of like shoved him up, and then he bounced off the ropes, and he did a fucking crossbody off of it into a kick out again. Tried to pin him again. And most of all, man, fucking so like Darby and fucking Luchasaurus are injured in the ring, and outside of the ring, fucking you have Nick Wayne and Christian. And Christian's trying to be a father figure to this kid, This is what that kid needs is someone to fucking teach him right and wrong. And Darby gets all jealous and fucking just slings himself out of the ring at fucking Christian. I just thought that was really fucking selfish, man. And then like you said, these 6 guys run down to the ring, and Excalibur claimed it was the locker room. So there you go. All 6 guys, the entire fucking locker.
Yeah, dude.
Garbage.
So up next we had Miro versus Hobbs. This was like the most over shit on the whole show. Miro and Hobbs come out. Miro's entrance is huge. I write 2 big hosses. I wrote JR is loving it. Miro's so over. Crowds chanting meat for these big meaty men. And I just wrote, they go back and forth. This match way exceeded my expectations. This was one that I was boo-booed about because I was like, one of these guys have to lose, and I don't want either of them to lose. But like usual, it's almost like I know shit, kind of. I predicted it on this podcast. Spoiler, it's not just a fact, it's a spoiler, whatever Heyman says. And there's always a schmoz after every match. Instead of them shaking hands where the crowd popped and exploded, we got this cringe shit where Miro walks away from his wife. It's cringe, but good for Lana. She doesn't have a long-term deal. It was announced. It was just a short, like maybe appearance. I thought she didn't want to ever risk not going back to WWE, but WWE seems to have the writing on the wall. You have to be a diva and be able to wrestle. No more Eva Marie's and Lana's. You have to be able to be like a Tiffany Stratton or a Mandy or a Maxine who can actually wrestle and be a total babe at the same time. This match was fucking awesome, but I predicted Lana returning. You go look, not even a week ago on the show or about a week ago. So listen to PWT.
No, CJ Perry.
CJ Perry, yeah, sorry. But yeah, guys, it's confirmed Tony Khan, Miro, Lana, they all listen to the show. Moving along, or what were your thoughts on all of that? This match, and I guess CJ Perry's like fucking part time. Obviously, they're gonna continue that a bit. So yeah, what are all your thoughts?
So I was happy with the first half of this card. This was very kaiju big battle. But like I said, them chanting meat kind of fucking pulled me out of it, man. I don't know, corny to me. I don't know. Ugh. And then Excalibur goes, meat mode coming to fight forever soon. It was just like, Jesus, fuck. And then the fucking Hobbs attacking fucking Miro after, and it just kind of discredited Hobbs. So, like, bro, like, you can't even take your beating and all. Like, they had a decent match.
And then they
As far
shook
as the back
hands,
and forth.
dude. I know they had the crowd. The crowd was popped for that handshake, and they could have broke off, and Hobbs could have stayed a heel. It's not like, oh, you shake hands and he's a babyface. They could have just broke apart and went, okay, we had a great moment, and then it just got muddied with like Lana, a smile on her face, cringily grabbing a chair and like stumbling with it. Is what the fuck are you guys doing, man? It's just such convoluted shit all the time.
Can we talk about her entrance here? It was just flashing hot and flexible. Hot
Yeah,
and flexible. Yeah, oh, can you just tell me some things about you?
yeah,
Yeah, I'm hot and I'm very flexible. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's great.
Ugh.
Yeah, we'll put that on there. What song do you want me to release?
Oh
I don't
man.
know,
Do you
man.
think so? You said on the show before, you're like, Lana won't jeopardize going back to WWE. And then she did end up
I guess
showing
she
up, like
will.
I said. So do you think it jeopardizes it? Do you think she sees the writings on the wall? Like I said, like you can't just be Eva Marie anymore. You have
Yeah.
to be like a Tiffany. You have to be able to go and be a dime, you know? So I just think maybe Lana's like, fuck it, writing's on the wall. Like, what am I going to go wrestle there? Maybe she can just show up for a rumble or something. When Miro gets inducted, she can accompany him or something, like whatever if he goes back. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, the whole thing is Miro said he's wifeless, and guess what? Nah, still fucking wifeless, Doug.
Yeah.
He said nope. He was yelling about you're not real, and it was like, oh, I wonder where we're going with this
I love
shit.
how every fucking European to you is just Arnold Schwarzenegger. um, so up next we had Ruby Soho versus Chris Statlander. And I like both of these girls, man. I just wrote what this was whatever match. I just don't really care, but I want Ruby to win. So Tony gets jealous of both of the girls in her group having belts, and she doesn't. Tony gets involved. Statlander retains. I guess the outcasts are really split. Like now fully, we already know. And yeah, it's time. I guess split them up, but I don't know, TBS belt. Like I really love Statlander. I really do. Great look, great music. She's a good worker. She's serious now, At the press conference, she's just crying over Orange Cassidy. This match was what it was. Nothing special. Your thoughts?
So we got to witness Excalibur explaining Zoolander to JR. That's part of my life now.
Ugh.
And then most of all, shout out to the Judas sign in the front row that said Judas in my sign. Coolest sign of the night right there.
First ever AEW pay-per-view that Chris Jericho was not on.
Yeah, garbage. Did you see that MJF cosplayer in the front row? I would like to bet that he has not touched a vagina in at least half a decade.
No, I didn't. I didn't notice. I didn't notice it. Yeah.
And so like Tony came out under the ring. She was like half naked too. I don't know. It's just fucking it's goofy, but she stole the fucking the spray paint. I so like what this is
Yeah, they did
Tony
a spray paint
babyface,
spot again too. Like you doing that again?
right? Is Tony going? So Tony's going babyface, but she's like being mean to her. I don't know.
No, 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 no. Tony's
Whatever.
going heel. Tony's they're gonna all break up and stay heelish. Ruby and Soraya are gonna stay like mean girl shit, and then Tony's gonna break off and be heelish too. Which because they don't care about heel and face in AEW, bro. You got to get that out of your head. There's no rhyme or reason or logic. So Tony's gonna stay heel. Like,
Oh
I don't
yeah,
trust you. You're nasty. What? Oh my word! Like she's too distraught to even get dressed. And what the like? I love that shit.
I love it. It's
Take
so
it
good.
and yeah, keep doing that. But
She's, dude,
yeah,
she's like she's channeling William Regal. You know what I'm saying? She's
yeah.
just got like that energy of like, oh, how someday. One of my favorite William Regal lines is like fucking. It was right after the New Year's, and they were like, "What's your New Year's resolution?" He's like, "I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. so I can dread people for an extra hour today." It's like,
Mhm.
fuck yeah, that's the shit. Same
So
energy Tony's putting out, dog.
yeah, so speaking of legends, Ricky Steamboat, or wait, speaking of Regal, there's rumors that fucking CM Punk and Regal got in a beef when William Regal first came into AEW as well. Punk and him had like an altercation backstage. Apparently, it's probably
Yeah,
just make
the
believe
dirt
bullshit.
sheets tell you that.
I don't know, man. Like
Alvarez,
it's just all over X, formerly known as Twitter. Who knows if
credible source.
who knows if it's real? I'll say it's all bullshit. Like I just think there's more bullshit narrative coming out about Punk. But yeah, anyways, we'll talk more about that after. So Ricky Steamboat comes out. I pop. I think I asked earlier, but I tweeted it out. Formally tweeted out. Who owns the Ricky Steamboat music? Weird that they just use it, you know. Anyways, though, I think like his wife owned all the IP though, even his music and shit. So, anyways, Starks comes out. That's epic. Danielson comes back, and I'm always going to be a Danielson mark for his contributions to
Oh
the
yeah.
business. And thankfully, he stepped up and saved this shit. I wrote, I can't wait till he's back in WWE. Danielson beat the ever loving piss out of Starks, and Steamboat was selling how brutal it was on commentary, how serious everything was, and Excalibur's laughing. He's and Steamboat's like, no, this shit's serious right now. Like he's whipping him. This is serious. Like they hate each other. Like I cannot stand Excalibur. It's beyond. This is just goofball. This is goofball shit at this point. But Steamboat got involved. I popped hard. This match was fucking incredible. Starks and Danielson, yeah, they're just two great competitors, and Danielson is just elevating fucking Starks with this. And yeah, it's weird how they just interchange Tony. It's just his action figures. Oh, we'll take Punk out and just put Danielson in. It'll be great. I don't know. It is what it is, but yeah, shout out Brian Danielson. I guess later we'll talk about his press conference shit, which revealed so much, and none of the dirt sheets jumped on because they're all fucking marks and they just want their Punk and Regal had a fight. They don't care that Tony's literally whatever. We'll get into it, but yeah, what were your thoughts on this match? This was a great match, though. Outstanding match, I thought actually. Also noted, Final Countdown. He bought it for like 2 pay-per-views or something, so that was the last time Final Countdown Danielson can use it unless he renews the license. But Tony was flexing. He's like, yeah, I'll license the music. Fuck it. Anyways, your thoughts on this match, your thoughts on Steamboat, your thoughts on Goofball Excalibur. Go ahead.
Man, honestly, dude, I thought fucking Ricky was fucking terrible on commentary. I appreciate how he was like keeping kayfabe. Don't get like
Yeah.
that part. I'm not like that. I don't have a problem. God, I don't want to be all ageism here, but it just sounded like fucking like some Joe Biden shit. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking
Yeah,
old
dude.
man. Didn't it though, bro? Like I don't know. It's like
No,
all right. Well, I guess
I
this
just
might.
thought I just felt like Steamboat was taken back at the fact that there was a serious match going on and he's trying to be dead serious. Like there's men bleeding in here. And then Excalibur is just laughing and going, and and he's stiff. That's a potato, right, Taz? Like this isn't Dark Elevation. This isn't. Go back and listen to old PWG commentary. Go on YouTube and listen to it. You fucking marks. And Excalibur,
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
when he does commentary, he used to do that. Oh, and what the fuck was that? Oh, and he stiff armed him like it's a joke. And what happens as a broadcaster, guys, is you get in habits, and you have to break those habits early. They're hard to break, but it's just like in life. You get in habits, you don't break them. He has a habit of doing wrestling commentary where it's all a fucking joke, a fun joke in this little whatever promotion where everything's a joke that he put together. So he brings that to TV. That's the aura he puts off, and that's just all it is, you know. So I'm not hating on the guy, but you have to know when it's light and funny. You have to know when it's dead serious, and when there needs to be a line thrown in or whatever. I don't know. It's really bad. He really should not be on commentary. Anyways,
Man, this Ricky Starks is heel as fuck. Like main event heel, almost. I don't want to say he is like a fucking MJF, but like he, definitely could be groomed to be the next MJF. And I don't mean that necessarily on the mic and all that. I just mean it like a powerful fucking like the top heel.
Yeah.
Um, what really bothered me about this match though, it's all about the woo. Man, but what really bothered me about this match here is Daniel Bryan started like so like he beat Daniel Bryan to the ground with the strap,
Yeah.
and then like a second later he starts no selling the strap and starts hulking up, and they're like, okay, I'm not trying to be that guy because I get it, he's trying to hulk up, but it's just the little shit like that. It's all like, didn't that strap just like bring you to your knees like a second ago, and then all of a sudden the strap doesn't mean anything? I don't know, it's just goofy to me, bro.
Yeah.
And I felt the match should have ended after the Ricky the Steamboat interference, and it just went on a little bit longer after that. But it's just like, fuck,
yeah.
man.
Things
But like
went too long.
like,
Things went too long, or there was just the schmoz after, and it's just like, come on. But yeah, you're right though. Like the work was great. Can't shit on the match. Overall, great match. But yeah, I agree.
But like, I don't want to like shit on a Daniel. Like, I'm watching Daniel Bryan wrestle in 2023.
Yeah.
Like that's fuck yeah,
So Nigel go.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, he's in a faction with John Moxley, fucking useless, and Claudio. It's on borrowed time, bud.
Yeah. So Nigel gets in the ring. He makes an awkward announcement. There's trouble with the audio. He's like, Hangman Page donated 50,000. It's like, guys, learn how to format a show. So Taz is on commentary now. Thank fuck. All right.
Yes.
Shibata comes out. All right. He's teaming with Kingston, I guess. Claudio and Yuta comes out. Who cares about any of this? Those are my notes. You go ahead.
Yeah, I wrote finally Taz. Taz is finally out here. And this was basically everyone took turns beating up useless.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like fucking Kingston's good. Shibata's named after a fucking fancy roll you can get at fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I think I had one of those yesterday.
But it was expensive.
I get it. I get it, but it's just like Mark fucking, these guys are just playing out their Mark fucking, like who, like why do I, like Shibata's not on TV. It's just, why do I care about any of this, man? Oh, well, you follow New Japan. I have to watch other companies that isn't your company to enjoy. No, he's fully with ROH. Okay, so you have this guy who's this legend, and he's just on your Honor Club shit that no one watches. Like, so Omega versus Takeshita. It was a great match. I wrote, so Omega versus Takeshita. That was a great match. But I just wrote, these two are both epic. Just an insane match. Lots of false finishes. Excalibur sucks. This whole drop the knee pad shit is cringe as fuck. AEW does that too much. Just let the wrestler drop the pad and shut the fuck up, Excalibur. Takeshita beats Kenny. They're pushing him huge. He's a big budding star. Kenny hasn't won since he's been separated from Callis. Again, this could have just been on All Out, and it would have an All In, and it would have made way more sense, and it would have been a way bigger platform for Takeshita and been a moment. And no schmoz really after this match. The fucking BCG random thrown together shit match could have been on this card. I just don't, again, I don't get the booking, the logic behind it all. It's fine though. This is a fine match. I don't know what they're doing with Kenny. Like, what is Kenny going to do now? It just seems like they don't know how to book wrestlers, but they are putting Takeshita over huge. They know how to book him, but it's like, is Kenny done now? This was a match you could have had people looking forward to for a full year, and you just kind of stuffed it all in there kind of quick in 2 weeks, or in 1 week's time. We saw two big moments of what that story could have been. I'm getting fed up with this shit. Hairline.
No, you're so right. Though.
Yeah, your thoughts, buddy.
No, you're so right about like them ruining a moment. And it was like, this is like one of the very few, like, God, I don't even like care for the lead at all, but it's like Kenny's at least like trying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To like be a professional and like
Kenny putting Takeshita over on a roll up in a random 8-man fucking or 6-man match in at All in Wembley, or this match at All in Wembley where Takeshita gets a huge clean win, walks away, no schmoz. The crowd is stunned like when Undertaker lost, and then you could do the roll up 8-man schmoz at this fucking pay-per-view instead. Oh no, we gotta fit all the guys in All In. Fucking nuts. Fucking just nuts to me, bro. Again, I'm trying to be a logical and an illogical thing. Go ahead.
Okay, so for some reason you forgot to mention that Kenny's green ring attire was from the DDT promotion from back in the day when he first wrestled Takesha. Just so you know.
Yeah,
I think.
Thanks for reminding me. How could I have forgotten?
I got you. Uh, there must be like a fucking let's see who can dump Kenny on his head the most thing going on, because like Takesha dropped him on his head at least fucking 3 times. It was fucking ridiculous. So the Avalanche Blue Thunder Bomb fucking should have ended the match. I thought it was fucking utter nonsense that Kenny kicked out of that.
Blue Thunder Bomb is the most buried move in wrestling. It's the coolest, nicest looking move, and Sammy's never beaten anyone with one, and neither is Takeshita. Fuck sakes.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. I want that to be my created wrestler's finisher.
Do you want me to do that? I'll do that for you in WrestleMania
Yeah.
2000. Okay, Blue Thunder Bomb it is.
God, you're gonna hate this. God. So when fucking Takesha fucking rolled his fucking knee pad down, and then he hit Kenny, Excalibur went, "What a mama!" Oh God.
He needs to be fired. Slowly, he needs to be fired.
What? Mama. What a mama!
He is the worst. He's worse than Kevin Patrick. I'm not joking.
Oh God, I don't know what to do here. Fuck, man. Do I defend Excalibur, or am I happy that you put Kevin Patrick over? Oh.
Mixed emotions. Range.
Yeah, man.
It should be. They should stick Excalibur and Jericho on Rampage and just leave it at that. Let everyone else go home and enjoy their families. And just have everyone else do the other shows. Kevin Kelly could do Dynamite with Taz and whoever, Caprice, and then you do Nigel, Riccaboni, and Taz on Collision. There you go. Everyone's happy. So whatever. Up next we had BCG versus the Bucks and FTR. I wrote Bullet Club Gold are just money. Bucks got booed mostly. FTR were big over. Bucks trying to steal their thunder from their match with BCG earlier, like a month ago or whatever. Taz says to Excalibur, "You're one of the coolest ones. You're in a mask." Like he's literally roasting. He's like, "Oh, you're one of the coolest guys. You're in a mask." He's just fucking. He's done with these guys, man.
Fucking done, bro.
I wrote this match was trash. All the goofy indie spots sucked. It was Botch City. This is a rib on FTR and Punk and Cornette for being right. Buck botched his flip. The one Buck flipped over the guy and botched his little flip. Everyone booed. FTR and Bucks lost. That's what they get for being marks and doing each other's moves. Thank God for PG. I'm fed up with this shit. Go ahead, Hairline. Your thoughts?
I skipped this match, bro. Fucking. I told you, I'm not. I don't like FTR.
Yeah.
You know, and I sure as fuck don't like the Young Bucks, and that's a shame, man. Because fucking
one thing I pop for is that all the Bullet Club Gold's entrance. You know how the Guns would come out and do their entrance, and then Bullet Club Gold they just all come out together. Well, this time they do the Guns entrance with the Bullet Club Gold music, and they have all 4 guys standing there while the camera goes around them. So that's just like not even gun shit anymore. That's BCG entrance is the Bullet Club Gold fucking camera spinning entrance, which I love. It's money. Austin Theory stole it, but shout him out.
Yeah. I was watching that AEW.
I was watching that kid show. I was watching that children wrestling show, you know, where the guy's playing with his toys. Yeah, I love that. Reminds me of when I was a kid.
So fucking right.
Holy shit. So
I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna give it to Austin Theory.
Yeah. Austin Theory, you're kind of like look like one of those guys, one of those ass boys. Yeah, you can do the entrance now. It's yours. I own it. Don't I own Bullet Club? Get Finn Balor in here. Didn't I buy that shit when I hired you? I thought Carl Anderson did that shit. Wasn't he just in Japan?
Yeah, I own that.
Yeah, I told him to go there and phone it in. He had to do a job with the open weight title. I don't even know what the fuck that is. So I told Carl to drink a bunch of beer the night before and phone it in. Yeah.
Oh, but what? Yeah.
The open what?
Really?
What the fuck is that? Someone get me Inoki on the phone. Vince, Inoki passed away. What?
But he was the greatest dreamer.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Maybe
I
we should do
know.
a pay-per-view.
Next year. Yeah.
Let's do a
Night one of
pay-per-view.
WrestleMania is going to be called Wrestle Dream. Yeah. We're going to get New Jack. Yeah. Vince, Tony did that first. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is Tony? Sir Tony Khan. What? Tony Khan. Nick, get Nick Khan in here. Is that your son? No, sir. Not my son. Well, he looks like it. Tell him to give me back the name Wrestle Dream. What the fuck? I thought I owned New Japan. No, sir. You just let Carl Anderson do a match there once. What? But the Great Muta was at Payback. He was in the crowd. I saw him. KG Muto was there too. They were both backstage. Vince, those are the same guy. Oh, they all look like
Holy shit.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to avoid talking about this main event, if you can't tell. Orange versus Mox is in the main event. Hairline avoided it entirely. I'm sure you skipped it, right?
Yeah, I skipped this, man.
Okay.
Dude, I just turned it off, man.
So I just wrote, this is complete trash. I didn't skip, but got dressed and went to go meet my buddy to smoke weed and drink a beer. The crowd doesn't give a singular fuck. They don't care at all. Nigel's trying to put over how big of a star Orange is. He just tanked their last Dynamite ratings. It's gross being gaslit all the time and having this shit pushed on us. Fuck AEW. Orange loses. It's so great that an American lost the international title to another American wrestler. That's very genius booking. And I'm just so happy that all the marks can, I don't know, dress up like him for Halloween and pretend that this title reign meant anything in the annals of time, in the fucking overall arc.
What do you mean?
What is pro wrestling?
But
this title
he has like the most title defenses like ever.
Who gives a fuck, dude? No one cares.
Tony Khan.
Yeah,
Tony Khan.
Like, it's just he looks for these obscure stats in wrestling and goes, "Oh, I know, I'll do this stat in wrestling, and then it's my stat. I'm a stat guy."
What about that Orange Cassidy promo where he's like all serious in the fucking hallway?
I can't stand how bad all of it is. Overall, I'm sure Meltzer had a great time with his bib in his high chair, fucking being fed by Brian Alvarez with a little spoonsy while he fucking watched this show. I fucking open wide for the airplane. Meltsy, 5 stars. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on
Holy shit, dude.
What were your thoughts on the event? Already blocked, but
as a whole,
yeah,
I don't know, man. Fucking started off really good, and by the end, I just like was questioning my existence. And this is where I'm at in life.